All right, guys, welcome into Above Ground World News Live. We made it. It's the 16-day forecast. But the maps look kind of weird today. What's really crazy is this looks exactly like yesterday's maps. They're just parked over the same areas. And when we take a look at the maps, you're going to find out why. Anyway, I want to jump into a couple little things here. So we have a significant river flood outlook. This is the next 5-day outlook. I mean, we're looking at big hunks of states here. And the weird thing is the Army Corps engineers, here's what they say. As pools at at the Corps lakes rise, additional personnel, including park rangers, maintenance personnel, and engineers from Kansas City District Office routinely inspect the dam, the spillway, the outlet, and other important structures. These inspections are part of the procedure. That's not what I wanted to read, but so what they're saying is they're going to begin to release on Monday, June 3rd, with the release of 4,000 CFS releases from the Milford Lake, about 6 days to reach the Missouri River. By the time it releases from Milford, the Missouri River should have declined down 30% of where it is now. But there's no way that's going to happen when you look at the forecast. This is fixing to get really bad. And we just got more storms. So that dam is up, I think, all the way up in South Dakota. And they say it takes 6 days to get down here. Well, we're already, when you look at the 5-day outlook, that's South Dakota right there. They're going to be getting inundated with more and more rain. But we'll double check that when we get into the forecast models. We have water going over the roads here in Missouri, all over the place. Even parts of Jackson County in Kansas City is going underwater. We have major highways that are getting ready to go underwater. Tons of levee breaches, and it's not looking any better. Look at this train going through the water. That's in Nebraska. Towns are now islands. More storms and flooding on the way as the rivers begin to rise, but the mainstream still hardly is talking about this. They're hardly giving anybody a warning. The volume should be good. That's weird. I know some people have problems with the volume, but most people don't, so should be good. Hey, but welcome in everybody. Hey, RFB, what's up? Much love out there. Hope your travels is going good. So anyway, I'll put all these links in the description. I didn't get a whole lot of time to get ready. So, and they're closing the dams. So I can't get up there. I don't have a drone. I can't go up there and physically look to see. They keep saying they're letting water out of the dam, but they can't be. The water's all still and stagnant. Hell, it's running backwards in all the small rivers. And coming out of Yale, they want to geoengineer the planet. More scientists now say it must be an option. What do you mean an option? They've been doing it since the 1800s. We've showed all the proof. They've been modifying the weather since the 1800s. So more propaganda to try to throw us the curveball here. Here's that. Look, spray sea salt from a ship to make clouds more reflective. That's called cloud brightening, marine cloud brightening. We document that every night. In fact, check it out today. Look at this crap. Watch when I put on the 3.7 micron. Look at all the bunker fuel being deployed out here in the Pacific, right off the coast of Southern California. All these lines right here, these yellowish lines, straight lines, curved lines, these are all bunker fuel, ship tracks. Look, if you're new here, listen to this clip. If the broadcaster will work.
The Navy Warfare Development Command tested a new anti-ship missile defense system June 21st through 25th. Pandora Fog consists of shipboard radar-absorbing carbon fiber clouds tested under a variety of at-sea conditions using assets from the U.S. Army, Navy, and Air Force. These man-made clouds are part of a layered defense and are capable of preventing a missile from detecting and striking its target. Summer is here.
So that's right, ladies and gentlemen. They want to, they're using these ships. These are not fishing vessels. These are not, you know, these are not cargo ships. These things are laying down lines. They're laying down bunker fuel, the most toxic emissions on the planet. When we get later on in the show, you're going to see where they're seeding the sky from the ocean, and then they're seeding the sky from the air. You know, when we zoom in on here, we can see the mass chemtrail spraying operation of all the particulates, the nanobots. Look, these are already starting to spread out and turn into a cirrus, chemtrailus, you know, whatever you want to call them. But what they are not is a contrail. That's what they're not. That's just a that's a disinformation campaign. Excuse me for the, we were hit with chem fog today in Missouri. And we're going to get into all the spraying operations, get into the 16-day forecast. In fact, let's just take a quick look here at the worldview map, because this plays a part in the 16-day forecast, because we have to take in these weather engineering programs, and you can see they're spraying this all the way out in a huge arc, spraying all ahead of the storms. I mean, you can look for this stuff on for yourself, man. I mean, there are clouds seeding each storm out ahead of these storms, every single one of them. You can click the different layers and spot all kinds of different stuff out here. But yeah, they're definitely setting up for the next system. Here's our next system getting ready to come in. If the mainstream hypes this up, it's not going to be what they say. It's actually going to be a super heavy rain maker. In fact, let's go ahead and jump into the 16-day forecast if I can find the link. And what you're going to notice is where the heavy aerosols are, that's where all the rain's going to be. But we're looking at mega floods, so let me get this set up, squared up. We're going to start out with the GFS model. We're going to go up 16 days. So Monday, we're going to start having severe storms, monsoonal rains coming out of Mexico, right into Texas, right into New Mexico, and then right over the center of Texas, and more severe weather for Nebraska and Kansas, right at the border. So right where we don't need the rain, that's where we're going to be getting the rain. The Northeast is going to be getting hammered. Look, New York's going to flood here in the next few days. Maybe the next week or so. We'll see here. But you notice every day these storms are going to be popping up at the exact same spots. That's because they have the atmospheric river steered where they want it. Hit it with a few chemtrails. Hit it with some NextRad. Boom. We got mega flooding. Here's that system still trying to develop. You know, that system's been down there for almost, I've been monitoring that thing for like 2 weeks. So here you go. This is on Tuesday, June 4th. Still on June 4th. Here comes our system coming up on June 5th. Look, and they fire right back up in the same areas. Heavy storms for the same areas on Wednesday. And then also severe weather for Iowa, Missouri, Illinois. Let's see where that, and up there in Boston, man. Boston's going to be hit with monsoonal rains. I mean, they're coming. They're not going to leave the East Coast out for these floods. I'm just telling you right now, they're coming. Here we are on June 5th, Wednesday. Here comes that monsoon coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. It doesn't look like it's going to be a hurricane or nothing. That'll be later down the road. Mississippi River is going to be super flooded. And here we go. The Northeast is going to get hammered again. And in the same spots every day, every day, every day. That's how the electromagnetic system works. We've documented tons of cases when they're using this technology to steer the atmospheric river, and it's the same signs. They call it a gentle soaking rain, but what it is a mega flood. This is like the Noah's flood. Here we are on June 6th, same thing, super severe storms, just straight up right in the middle of the United States every day. So everybody right there is going to be getting hammered. And then look at all the rain from the center point all the way to the east. And here comes another heavy system for Boston. If that thing scoots over just a little bit, you're looking at mega floods. Rain again on Thursday, right in the target zones. Rain on Friday, right in the target zones. Severe weather for Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas. And it stays here for like quite a while. That's 6 hours. So going into Friday, it's still just kind of around here. They got it parked. And you got a chance for severe weather there in Arkansas, Louisiana, Kentucky, Tennessee. I mean, these are heavy rains. We're in the dark. That's like 4 inches of rain. So we don't have normal, half-inch rains. Now we get 1-inch rain every 15 minutes. That's how bad it is. And then we got snow up here on Saturday, June 8th. Still getting snow. Severe storm, southern Missouri, Arkansas on June 8th. More rain for the East Coast. Then we have a really wicked outbreak here on the 8th. So it's just these things are parking over the same areas. They're taking a long time to get out of there. Ohio River Valley will be flooded more than it is now. Mississippi River, historic levels. And it'll be like a land cyclone right here. This is on Monday, June 10th. Florida, you're going to be getting some rain. Maybe you'll cool down a little bit. They got you guys like hell down there. They got it burning up. And here we go on Monday, June 10th. More severe weather right there at the Texas-Oklahoma border. And look at that rain. Like that follows the aerosols that they're doing right now. We're still on Monday, June 10th. More severe weather, man. Nobody's going to get a break. They are trying to hammer us. Look at this swath of rain right here. That's into the 2.5 to 4 inches, maybe more. So they're fixing to flood the Northeast out. And so this is your warning right now. You got a week and a couple days, and you're going to be witnessing what's going on in the Midwest. Here we are on Tuesday, June 11th. Still raining. And then you guys are going to get a little bit of a break. Might have some aerosols down in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi. And then the same storms fire right back up June 12th. Now you guys are the target zone. Now the models yesterday was showing this that could possibly turn into a hurricane. Now we're going to have to watch that and see. Wow, it just like jumps to nowhere. What the heck? So between June 12th, we have all these wicked little storms, and then they just disappear after 6 hours. So it's like they changed something on the models. We'll check the Canadian model. It probably won't go up that farther. June 13th, they're going to flood Missouri out, Kansas, Oklahoma. It's the same areas. It's like a rerun every day. Floods, severe weather. Floods, severe weather. Mega hell probably with this system. And this is going to hit all 4 states at once. Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. And the rain is not going to stop for the east. So a lot of rain going on here. This 16-day forecast is probably not the most rain, because a couple of weeks ago it showed the most rain, but it's going to be another mega event. Thanks everybody out there in the super chat. Here's our next system way down there. This is on Saturday, June 13th. And you also got severe weather again there in Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas. Here we are in the 16th. Look at the East Coast, flooding. New York will be underwater. Look at these heavy rains. So you're looking at, we'll check the total amounts here in a minute. Going up into June 18th, Florida, you're going to get out of that drought here coming up really soon. Now we want to check the Canadian models, and then we adjust during the week for the weather operations that we spot, because that can change the whole thing. So I'm just going to kind of scroll up into this a little quicker. See, they're showing a little bit stronger development with that storm that's coming this week. This is on Wednesday. Here's yeah, see, they're showing that thing like super powerful, looking like 10 to 16 inches of rain there for southern Texas. And then you drop down to 4 to 6 inches of rain, some parts 8. So this Canadian model is showing this thing much different. And usually they don't vary this much, but this one here is just going to show it riding right through the coast, right where we don't need the rain. So let's hope this one is wrong. Because look at that. That's a hurricane. That's a land cyclone right there. Low pressures, 996. And it's just going to spin right there. And once it spins there, watch the northeast, man. It's going to get wave and wave after rain. So let's hope this one won't go up to the 13th, 14th, 15th. But yeah, this one's showing one wicked storm coming up. It looks like it turns into a cyclone over the land. So it goes from a 998, and right when it gets on the Tennessee border, it goes to 994, then 995. So look at that. It's going to go right up the Missouri River, right up the Mississippi, Missouri River. They want this thing to go over to historic levels. Now let's go ahead and check the total amount of precipitation for the next 12 days. And I'm going to put this back on the GFS just so we can get the full 16 days of moisture. So let me crank this baby up. This shows us our target zones. So right there, right in the tri-state or quad state area there, Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, parts of Louisiana, Nebraska. These are all the mega zones for the mega up there in Wyoming, Montana. So it's not showing as much rain up in the northeast, but we're in the purples. That's 6 inches of rain. But you can see how fast each day progresses. I mean, these are no small amounts of rain at all. So look at that. They're going to inundate the rivers. The Arkansas River, the Missouri River, the Mississippi River. Them are the target zones. So this is going to get very serious. Like it already is serious, and the mainstream won't touch it. So as we go through the week, guys, I'm going to go ahead and check the mimic while I'm right here. As we go through the week, we're going to be watching the weather engineering programs, and then we'll try to make any adjustments, try to give you, precise times on this stuff, because the mainstream definitely, they don't do nothing till the last minute. And then they're wrong. They're always wrong. All right, so I want to see what's going on with this atmospheric river. This is what they steer. And I've showed nightly all the companies that can steer the rivers of the sky. And let's go ahead and zoom in on North America. We'll get into all the aerosols that are being deployed. Get into the next rad warfare. You know, they sell little canoe boats at a Walmart for $150. It might be time to try to invest in one of them. Here, I gotta mute the mic. I need to tap on it. The voice thing is not digging in there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the noise suppressor there. It's kicking in way too early, and hopefully my mic's not going out. But wow, what a click here. I clicked the wrong one. And I think the batteries are going dead in my headset, so that's probably not helping. Hey, if Dabu say you, hey, tell him much love for me. I'll tweet him. You know, is my mic still working? Yeah, I mean, $150. I know that's a lot of money for a lot of people because it's hard to make it from check to check. But man, with floods like this, with them steering this atmospheric river, and that's what they're doing. Look at that, thing. See, the atmospheric river is trying to go like it normally goes. It's trying to, you know, spin right through the equator, but they're not letting it. They're pulling it up. They're pulling it all the way up into Alaska. And the other crazy thing on this is the atmospheric river for the last 6 years normally goes up and into the Aleutian Island chain. But ever since the Paradise Fires, they've been pulled right here into North California, into Oregon. You know, you watch tomorrow, this thing's going to be pulled straight in. We also have an anomaly up here. And this can all be done with just simple ground-based radars. We showed all the technology. We showed the companies that do it. It's just insane, man. These guys are madmen. They're mad scientists. And we're not going to stand for it. We're going to keep on fighting these till that we get enough people off their butts to do something about it. Like, we're running out of time. So I got that documented. And we already looked at this forecast. We looked at that. We're going to get into that in a minute. I forgot to shut down all these tabs. And we also had Mount Etna wakes up in Sicily. Volcano erupts and spews lava. This happened Friday. So it spewed lava hundreds of meters into the air. I wish I could have looked into this a little deeper. I'll leave the link so you guys can check it out. So, yeah, we looked at this. They want to use space mirrors. That's BS. And these balloons, that's all BS. Man, they got so much more technology. They got drones on here spraying. We know they're already using drones to spray. We know about the ionospheric heating. We know about the next rad. We know about the cell phone towers. We know about the bunker fuel. They don't even need anything on this picture. We know about the water generating stations. Stratospheric aerosol inject. We already know about all this. This is nothing new. This is old freaking news. They better get their act together. We're going to keep on exposing them anyway. All right, let's jump into the lake levels, man. So everybody that was here yesterday, I think everything was at 98%. It still is. Let's check the Orville. Yeah, war is just, you know, that's how they make their money. So it actually looks like it's starting to drop down just a fuzz. But they got more rain coming in the mountains. probably won't matter. Mount Shasta, we'll see what they're doing. It's starting to level off. You know, I really been paying attention to our area because it's flooding out major highways. It's getting ready to flood out major highways here in Missouri. And I couldn't even find one dam I wanted to look at that runs into Truman Lake is not on here. And they keep lying, man. We keep watching. They keep saying they're going to release water. They're not releasing water. The rivers are running backwards. Let me see if I can find them here. Oh, yeah, let's check the Ozarks. Because Truman Lake drains into the Ozarks. And then the Ozarks drains into the Missouri. And it's already flooded there. So they're saying at the Lake of the Ozarks is still going up. It's 0.84 feet from going before full pull is 600. We're at 659.16. And now the historical was back in 2017. And there's no way that can happen because there's just too much water. They're going to have to let it, spill over the dam, but there's nowhere for the water to flow, man. Pretty soon the Missouri River is going to run backwards. If this keeps up, it will definitely run backwards. Or we'll have a mega quake, and they're at the New Madrid, and then we'll all be screwed anyway. So I wanted to check Truman Lake. Yeah, they don't give you the numbers right here. You got to click the icon there. So the full, where is it? The full pool should be 740, and we're at 739.53. So it's gone up 0.13 feet. Now we're only about a foot from going over the. So here's the 2017 historical height. Look how high we are above that. We're going to be off the chart. Like if it makes it to 745, I think Clinton, Missouri will be underwater. There will be so many states underwater. It's just going to be ridiculous. So I wanted to look at that. Okay, we're done with this stuff. We had more levee breaches down in Arkansas. And I don't like CNN. We're not even going to hate that guy right there. Oh, man, I just closed a map and I don't even know what it was. So I was kind of looking up some of these other flood maps. And I come over here to the National Weather Service. And this is supposed to be an interactive flood information map. So I'm just going to click Missouri. FEMA Region 7. And see where it takes us. All right, flooding in Missouri. So on this page, you will learn what types of flooding are typical in Missouri and how to protect yourself. Where's the information? I thought this was an interactive map. What's interactive about it? Well, they'll show you about the old floods. I mean, this is worthless. This is not going to help us. Now, I'm going to go through tomorrow night. I wanted to look through their budget. What's the National Weather Service budget? What are they getting? What are they working on? So we're going to try to dig into that tomorrow. Not going to deal with that. And then I come over here to the Hydrologic Prediction Center. Now, we already know the highways closed down all the way from St. Joe all the way up to Omaha. It's in major flooding zone, but they don't have it as major. They have it as moderate flooding. How could it be moderate flooding when it's totally shut down? So all these maps are a lie, man. They're not telling the true story. I documented my path up there Friday. None of them are open. Now this map, it's like if you're just a normal person, you want to say, hey, what's going on with the the flooding. You're never going to find out. So this is the Prediction Service flood inundation mapping. And I think this is for the next 5 days. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens if we click this. Are we going to get any information on this? Let's try. Let's just click one here. And what are we going to get? Are we going to get any kind of useful information? All right, so we'll let that load. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. Nice crowd out there again tonight. Much love to everybody. Hope you're not in the path of these flood zones. All right, so it's showing the prediction of what towns will flood. Like right now, we have tons of towns flooded in Missouri, like big time. Over in Kansas too. Atchison, Kansas is underwater. Current stage 28.3 feet. Click on inundation to see water depth values. So that's covering a huge area right there. And where did it all go? So if you scroll in too far, so just go on up here where I know the highway is closed down. Yeah, Atchison's flooded. I've seen some photos for that. Anyway, let me pop this link in the chat there. And let me go ahead and put it in the description because I can't remember if I put them in there. I'll put these right above the storm links. But it's like they're not giving us, this thing ain't wanting to load. They're not really giving us tons of information here. Like you got to really go digging for it. So Atchison and Leavenworth, I already know their town, the city's already flooded. Yeah, this isn't working too good on my computer, guys, so I'll have to do something different on this later. This is taking way too long. I'll give you guys a link. Anyway, this map's a lie. All these National Weather Service maps are just lies. To me, this is more concerning, is this bunker fuel being deployed, because this is what we see before all the major events. I mean, it really stands out with the 3.7 microns. So they've been out here for 5 days in a row now. You know, every day they've been out here, that's where these storms keep popping off right here. You know, you're not seeing as much cloud seeding across the northern parts because they have all the smoke to work with. You're still getting a few aerosols, but nothing like you're getting right now. And you click these different layers, you can see the different, like these are already starting to spread out. But they're definitely spraying out ahead of these storms. And it looks like Oregon's clear, but it's not. They got them, you know, they're erratic spraying right now. And if you get the right layers, you can spot them. We'll be able to see it a lot better on the GO 16, GO 17. But yeah, there's big aerosol operation. Got a fire right there. So let's go ahead and jump into the GOs here. Now, one of them I need to get on the radars. We'll put that one on the radars. We're going to jump over here and get this to 200 frames. Sorry I coughed in the mic there. I try to... The Ken fog always makes us cough here. So let me get this on 200 frames. We'll see what the next rads are up to. These are playing a huge factor in where these storms go. Oh wow, it's saying the stream is complete. Yeah, they're screwing with this hard. I seen something where they were saying that the there's a problem with YouTube. Even the Restream was saying that. So they're going to probably try to take us out. Oh, yeah, I've been seeing they're loading rock, man. The rock quarries are open on the weekends trying to shore up levees. And, you know, some people are trying to stop this from happening, but they're not going to be able to. It's too powerful. Water is going to devastate so many things. I just seen some military chaff being deployed right there in the center of Texas. You got military radars going nuts over here. Couple spikes, nothing too big here. So yeah, really nothing to really mess with that one today. So let's go ahead and put this on the cirrus layer. And hopefully we can get that to load. Yeah, I haven't really been covering a whole lot of other places lately just because of all these floods. Like, they're keeping me too swamped. I can't cover Australia. I can't cover Canada. I can't cover the UK. Like, during the week, I'm going to have to set up a night to do the overseas stuff. Because they're getting hammered just like we are. This stuff is going on worldwide. Take a look at Iran, man. The weathergenerator.net, man, they're clobbering. They're 90% underwater. 90% covered with water in the desert. But that's what they want. So yeah, they're deploying the aerosols. The big target zones are right there. You know where all the flooding is going to be happening? Right there at the border, Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas. That's where they're spraying. They're setting it up days in advance. We'll zoom in on that area. And you're going to see the super grid patterns. I'll try this one. I don't know if that'll get us there. Yeah, they're really with the stream tonight, man. I got D Lives up. You can watch it over on Facebook Live. You can watch it over on Twitch. So hopefully it will look at all these aerosols. That's where the target zone was on the it looks like they're shooting rockets off over here. Or they got the weather generators up. But yeah, it's really right where the main rain target zone is where the heaviest of the aerosols are being deployed, right here. And it goes all the way from there, all the way down off the coast of Florida. See if I can get just a little better picture of that. Yeah, much love everybody out there that shares this out. I mean, this is stuff that they're not going to show you on the mainstream. They don't give you the warnings. Like, everybody here knows we're going to flood months ago because we've been talking about it. So yeah, they're seeding right into this system just big time. Let me slow that down so you can see it a little better and rewind it. So they were doing night spraying right in the front of this system, right over it too. There's a big X right over the top of it. And who knows if you guys could see this, but it really stands out right in where my mouse is, southern Missouri. You can start seeing the X patterns. These are not contrails. You know, the thing is, they keep hollering this climate change and global warming. Here comes all the big X patterns, tic-tac-toe, all the way over Oklahoma. So that's all fake clouds, fake synthetic man-made clouds. You know, they say that the contrails are worse now, like my audio ain't even showing up. What the heck? But I'm going to play a couple clips here, baby. Hold on here. Let me mute this out here. If it'll let me. It may not let me.
The Navy Warfare Development Command tested a new anti-ship missile defense.
Residents in southern Tasmania are demanding to know why cloud seeding was conducted over the Derwent River catchment the day before the worst floods in 40 years. Cloud seeding is a technique used to increase rain. Residents in southern Tasmania are demanding to know why cloud seeding was conducted over the Derwent River catchment the day before the worst floods in 40 years. Cloud seeding is a technique used to increase rain. Hydro Tasmania has confirmed it flew a cloud seeding flight despite the weather warnings. Farmers believe the technique could have made the flooding worse. The Premier says a formal inquiry will be held into the effect and handling of the floods if it's necessary.
So you just mentioned contrails. So how do the contrails affect or have an impact on the climate?
Right. Well, contrails have a huge impact on climate. And so, in fact, some of the recent modeling work that has come out of DLR suggests that contrails today, just the ones that we're able to see up in the sky, maybe today, this week, this month, have a larger impact on Earth's climate than all of the carbon dioxide emitted by aircraft since the first powered airplane flight. So that's a huge effect. And so even as CO2 accumulates, greenhouse gases accumulate in the atmosphere, the impact of these contrails trapping heat and reflecting sunlight back into space is have a huge effect on the Earth's energy balance. And so
that's right, ladies and gentlemen. They're dumping more particles this week than all of the aviation since the very first plane. That's why our skies are so toxic. That's why we're all have a chest infection. All right, so there you go right there. They're telling you that they're creating the climate change. They're telling you they're trapping the heat in, they're reflecting the sunlight, and then you got this bunker fuel operation out here in the Pacific Ocean. So they're doing it from the land, they're doing it from the sea, they're doing it from the air. They are the climate change. They are the climate controllers. So it's all on them, man. Anyway, guys.